everybody. Welcome to the CCPA. We're so glad you're here. My name is Evan, and I'm the director here at the CCPA, and we are glad that you have joined us for the Eulenspeigel Puppet Theater, which is a mouthful, but you'll learn to say it by the end of the day. Before we get started with our story today, I just wanted to say, if you've never been, how many of you, is there anyone here who has never been in our theater before? Is this your first time for some of you? Great. Welcome. We're so glad you're here. So if this is your first time in a theater, here's some things you can know. In just a moment, the house lights are going to go out because you're going to be seeing all of the light up here on the puppets, which is going to be a lot of fun, so it'll be a little bit dark. And if you are free to laugh, you're free to clap if something's really great. At the end of the show, if you had a great time, what we shout in the theater is, bravo! So let's try that once, shall we? All together, 1, 2, 3, bravo! Great. So now you are prepared for the end of the show. At the end of our performance today, Monica and Ron are going to answer any questions you might have. So maybe while you're sitting through today's performance, if you think of a great question, you can hold on to that for the end of the show because they'll be happy to answer questions. Let's see, I think I've hit all the most important bits. If you could do me a great favor and keep your feet off the seats in front of you, then I don't have to scrub them with a toothbrush later. So that would be great. Thank you all for being here today, everybody. And now, put your hands together for the Eulenspeigel Puppet Theater Company.
Good afternoon, ladies and jelly beans. And welcome to a performance by the Eulenspeigel Puppets with Mr. Ron Hillis.
Oh, yes.
Now today, we're going to take you 10,000 years back in time to the last ice age, when the mighty woolly mammoth roamed the Iowa prairies. Ladies and gentlemen, the amazing adventures of Willy the Woolly.
Monica?
Yeah, Ron?
Well, it's about this rabbit that's crept up on my lap here.
Oh, wait. I know her.
You do?
I sure do. This is Bonnie the bunny.
Bonnie the bunny.
Mm-hmm. She belongs to Cornelia.
Cornelia. Let's see.
Cornelia, Ron, the girl in our story.
Oh, yes. I remember. Yeah.
Anyway, Cornelia and her Aunt Tessa are visiting the museum. And Cornelia decided to bring her stuffed animals along. They've been in Aunt Tessa's bag. But it looks like Bonnie the bunny decided to escape and have a little adventure, didn't you, Bonnie? I'm going to see if I can sneak her back into Aunt Tessa's bag before Cornelia notices that she's missing. Bonnie, you've got to quit running off like that. You hear me? Aunt Tessa, what's that? That, Cornelia, is a cave drawing of a baby woolly mammoth. Thousands of years ago, people used to draw pictures of the animals they saw on the walls of the caves where they lived. Really? Oh, but what's that other one back there that looks kind of like a cat? Oh, that, my child, is a kind of cat. It is a saber-toothed tiger. I think it wants to catch and eat this baby mammoth. That's silly, Aunt Tessa. A cat wouldn't be big enough to catch a mammoth. Oh, you might be surprised, darling. Aunt Tessa, do you think that a kid and a baby mammoth could have been friends? You know, kind of like a pet? Why, I don't know, darling, but look, there's a docent. Let's go ask. Shouldn't we take Bonnie and Willie along? Oh, don't worry, darling. They're not going anywhere, believe me. Hey, Willie! We're free. Come on, get out of that bag.
All right, Bonnie.
Bonnie. Come on, Willie, let's have an adventure. I've never had an adventure. Well, nothing can happen to us because we'll be together. All right, then, let's go. All right, then, giddy up, horsey. Giddy up. Wow, that was really interesting, Aunt Tessa. I'm going to go tell Bonnie and Willie all about it. Bonnie? Willie! Where'd you go, you guys? Hey, Bonnie, Willie! Hey, where'd you go? Hey, wait for me! Hey, you guys! Wait for me! Whoa! Look at all this snow! I've never seen this much snow in all my life. Whoa! Look, hey! I bet I could make a snow angel. Watch this. Cool beans. Oh, and look. I could be very sneaky in a snow fort. Oh, boy. I wish we had this much snow all the time. I'm playing in the snow. Yes, I'm out in the cold. I'm playing in the snow. My worries are on hold. Oh, there is so much fun that doesn't cost a dime. I'm playing in the snow and feeling fine. I'm playing in the snow. The air is very crisp. I'd like to stay right here and spend my life like this. Oh, there is so much fun that doesn't cost a dime. I'm playing in the snow and feeling fine. Slide around on soft and snowy ground. I feel so silly and so chilly as I laugh and whirl around and round. And as I hold on tight, I'm climbing out of sight. And I wish we were together in the snowy weather. One more time I'm playing in the snow. I'm way up in a tree. I think I'll jump right down. The snow will pillow me. Whee! Oh, there is so much fun that doesn't cost a dime. I'm playing in the snow and feeling fine. King of the hill! Wait, Bonnie and Willie. I forgot all about Bonnie and Willie. Hey, you guys, Bonnie, Willie, Willie, Bonnie, Bonnie, Willie. Hey, you guys, wait for me. Come on, you guys. Where'd you go? Hey, wait for me. We're playing in the snow. Yes, we're out in the cold. We're playing in the snow. Our worries are on hold. Oh, there is so much fun that doesn't cost a dime. We're playing in the snow and feeling fine. Hey, Willie, you want to play a game? What do you want to play? Well, I see something we can use. That looks like a vine. What are you going to do with it? We could have a tug-of-war. You're kidding, right? No, why would I be kidding? Well, I would win. What makes you think you'd win? Well, I'm bigger than you. Stands to reason I'm stronger. You want to bet? Well, that depends. What do you want to bet? If I win, I get to have an elevator ride on your trunk. Oh, all right then. Here, Willie, now, I want you to hold on to this end really, really tight, because I don't want no one to say that I was cheating. And I'm going to go find the other end. Let's see. Boy, it goes all over the place here, doesn't it? Oh, look. Here's the other end. Whoa. All right, Willie, I'm going to take this end way. Way over here. All right, Willie, are you ready? Let's go.
All right, then. 1, 2, 3. Whoa! Boy, you're really strong, Bonnie.
Told you so.
All right, I'll try again. 1, 2, 3, go! You're a lot stronger than you look.
I is little, but oh my. Come on, Willie, try again. 3rd time's the charm.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, whoa! Bonnie, I had no idea you were so strong.
Ha ha, Willie. Ha ha, I win. All right, Willie. Now pay up.
All right, then, Bonnie, hop on.
Higher.
That's as high as it goes.
All right, then. Giddy up, horsey. Giddy up. Boy, you are so slow, Will. You are slower than molasses in January. Come on. Let's get a move on, buddy. Let's get a move on.
I'm moving as fast as I can.
Oh, stop.
All right.
Watch this. I'm going to slide. Whee! All right, Willie. It's your turn to slide.
Well, gee, I've never slid before, but I guess I could give it a try. Here goes. Slide!
I missed, but I won't miss for long. Mammoth, yum, yum, yum. Ribbit. Yum, yum, dinner's walking round somewhere. Come, come, what's that odor in the air? Yum, yum, come, come to me. Ribbit! It's been so long since I've had some meat. Come here, come and make my day complete. Yum, yum, come, come to me. Ribbit! Right this way, I'll be waiting night and day. Yes, I'm salivating, hear my roar. I'm anticipating what dinner has in store. Ribbit! Yum, yum, dinner's walking round somewhere. Come, come, what's that odor in the air? Yum, yum, come, come to me. Ribbit! Gotcha! Scat! Scat! Scat, 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 scat! You can't scare me, you big Billy. You're that saber-tooth Aunt Tessa was talking about. Now go, scat! Scat, I said! Scat, 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 scat! Oh, boy. That must have been that saber-toothed tiger Aunt Tessa was talking about. Oh, boy. I sure hope I find Bonnie and Willie before that saber-tooth finds them. What was that? Oh! Oh, hi there, Mrs. Crow.
Hello there, girlie. Thanks for chasing that saber-tooth away from my nest.
Oh, well, actually, I was trying to chase him away from my pet woolly mammoth and my pet bunny rabbit.
Oh, you got worse things to worry about than that.
Really? What?
You better keep that woolly mammoth away from the sinkhole.
Sinkhole? What's a sinkhole?
Oh, it's a big, warm mud puddle. Grass grows all the way around it, so it looks like a field of grass. But it's really muddy. So the mammoths go in to get some grass to eat, and they get stuck. And they never, ever come back out again.
Oh! That's awful, Mrs. Crow. I hope I can find Bonnie and Willie before that saber-tooth finds them, or they find the sinkhole.
Good luck, girlie.
Thanks for telling me, Mrs. Crow. Thanks for telling me. Bonnie, Willie, Willie, Bonnie, Bonnie, Willie. Hey, you guys, there's danger ahead. You guys, there's danger. Wait for me. Ha ha, Willie, you can't catch 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 me.
Bonnie, where are you?
Ha ha, Willie, you can't catch me.
Bonnie?
Ha ha, Willie, you can't catch me.
Bonnie, where are you anyway? Oh! You kind of scared me there.
Hey, Willie, I'm getting kind of hungry. How about you?
Oh, I'm starving.
I smell grass.
Oh, grass, that would be delicious.
I think it's growing under the snow. I'm going to dig for it.
All right, will you share?
Of course, you're my friend. Here goes. Oh, phooey. I can't get through.
Well, maybe I should try.
What makes you think you can do it if I can't do it?
Well, I've got tusks, Bonnie.
Oh, all right. Go ahead then.
1, 2, 3. Oh, no, Bonnie.
What happened, Willie? What was that crack?
My tusk broke off.
Oh, no! Will it grow back?
I don't know. Oh, boy.
Does it hurt?
Well, no. But I bet it looks kind of silly.
Hey, I've got an idea. How about if we find it and glue it back on with super glue?
You'd do that for me?
Of course I would. You're my friend. I'll go look for it right now.
Do you see it?
Well, not yet, Willie. I just started looking.
Do you see it yet?
Willie, I just started looking.
See it yet?
Willie, it blends into the snow. It's going to be hard to find.
All right, I'll try to be patient.
Oh, look, Willie. Here it is. Right underneath you. Look what I got. I got me a sword. Take that, you nasty old saber-tooth. Take that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that, and that.
You're just trying to make me feel better.
Come on, Willie. Let's go see if we can find something to eat somewhere else. Come on! Giddy up, horsey! Giddy up! Hurry up, Willie! You are the slowest slowpoke in the world! Get a move on, Willie! Come on! How slow can you go,
going as fast as I can.
Hurry up, Willie. Let's get a move on.
Moving as fast as I can.
I missed, but I won't miss for long. Scat! Scat, 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 scat. You again now, scat! Get out of here! Scat, 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 scat.
Oh, boy. I sure hope I find Bonnie and Willie before that saber-tooth finds them or they find the sinkhole. That sounds like Mrs. Crow.
Hey, girlie, get away from the sinkhole.
What sinkhole?
That sinkhole!
Oh, come on, Mrs. Crow. That's not a sinkhole. That's just a field of grass.
Ha! That's what the mammoths think, too. That's why they get stuck.
Oh, boy, Mrs. Crow. That's terrible. You know what I wish?
What?
I wish that saber-toothed tiger would get stuck in the sinkhole instead.
Not much chance of that, girlie.
Cats don't like to eat grass. I know. But they do like to eat birds. Just what are you saying, girlie? I'm saying I've got an idea and you can help. Come on, I'll tell you all about it. It snowed. And it snowed. And it snowed. And it snowed. And when it got all done snowing, well then, it snowed some more. Just like this winter.
Now, Bonnie and Willie had been traveling for a long time. They were very hungry, but now they were getting really tired. Then, a short distance away, they see a cave. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever been in a cave before, but they can be kind of dark and scary. If you go into a cave, you had best be brave. Take a big deep breath and do not flinch. Bats and fly around, and what's that dripping sound? Think you better an inch. When you're in that cave, feel that cool air wave. It's so dark, the walls and floor so damp. Spiders on the wall and snakes and bugs that crawl. This is when you wish you had a lamp. And the echoes of your voice sound strange to you. And that funny feeling on your skin, what can you do? You've gone into a cave as dark as any grave, and maybe if you're lucky, you'll pull through. And the echoes of your voice sound strange to you. And that funny feeling on your skin, what can you do? You've gone into a cave as dark as any grave. And maybe if you're lucky, you'll pull through.
Bonnie, it looks kind of spooky, but at least it'll be dry and warm, and we can sit down.
Oh, you're right, Bonnie. It does feel kind of good to sit down. Whoa. Are you coming too?
Well, of course I am, Willie. You think I'd leave you alone? After all, we're friends.
Oh, boy. Oh, I'm still awful hungry.
Hey, you guys. Is that you?
Oh, Cornelia, hi.
Hi, Cornelia. You mind if I sit down?
Of course not, Cornelia. Here, sit down where I was. That's the best spot.
Oh, thank you, Willie. That feels awfully comfy. I was worried that saber-toothed tiger would get you. Don't you worry about that. If anybody tries to mess with my Willie, I smash him, I crash him, I thrash him, I bash him. That's the spirit, Bonnie. Boy, I'm tired.
Me too.
Me 3. Well, let's go to sleep. Hey, Willie, wake up. Let's go.
Already?
Well, aren't you hungry?
Of course I am, but what about Cornelia?
Oh, let's just leave her here. She'll be okay. We'll be right back. Come on, let's go find us something to eat. Oh, Willie. I smell grass.
Oh, so do I. I wonder where it is.
Oh, I think we're getting closer to it. It's smelling awful fresh.
Oh, look! There it is! Ooh, oh, it's delicious.
Willie, I think maybe you better back off. I think maybe that's one of them sinkholes that your mama was telling us about.
Oh, no, don't be ridiculous. This is grass.
I'm pretty sure, Willie. Come on, Willie, I'll prove it to you.
All right, all right.
Come on, let's find a stick and throw it in, and we'll see whether it goes in or not. Here goes. 1, 2, 3. Alley-oop!
See, it's just sitting there.
You just wait, Willie. See, I told you, buddy. It's a sinkhole. Keep away.
Oh, I'll be really careful, Bonnie.
I'm not having any part of this, Willie. Get away, Willie. Get away, Willie.
Oh, for pity's sake, Bonnie, don't be such a cheat. Oh, no. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Will you pull me out?
Well, I'll try. Here goes. Oof! 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 Sorry, Willie, I'm not strong enough.
But you won the tug of war.
Oh, I'm sorry, Willie. That was a trick. I had that vine wrapped around a tree.
Now you tell me.
Listen, I'll go find Cornelia. She can pull you out. Cornelia! Cornelia!
Hurry up. Hurry up. Go as fast as you can.
Cornelia! Cornelia, Willie's in trouble.
Oh, boy. I hope she gets here in a hurry.
Hey, girlie!
Oh,
Hi there, Mrs. Crow. What's up? You're Woolly Mammoth. He's in the sinkhole. Come on, follow me. Hurry up. You need to pull him out. All right, thanks. Thanks for telling me, Mrs. Crow. Oh, boy, Willie. This never would have happened if you weren't such a piggy, for pity's sake. Here.
oh, thank goodness, Cornelia. Pull me out.
goes. 1, 2, 3. Oh, you are such a mess, Willie. We better go get you cleaned up.
Willie, I looked for Cornelia everywhere. I couldn't find her nowhere. She wasn't in the cave. Oh, Willie. Oh, no. Oh, no. Willie. Willie, are you in there?
Oh, no. I've lost my best friend. Oh, no, Willie. I'm all alone. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Cornelia did what? This I gotta see. Ha ha! Bye, Mr. Woolly. I mean, Mr. Sabretooth. Bye bye, bye bye. Ha 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 ha. 3 cheers for Crow and Cornelia. Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray!
Slip and a slide, and now he's gone. Say so long to the big bad cat. Won't have to see that dreadful sound. Say so long to the big bad cat.
His teeth won't rip our hides. No, to chew on our insides. No.
Yes, say so long, he's done and gone. Say so long to the big bad cat.
Roar, 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 roar. No more, no more, no.
He done and gone, and he's in the ground.
Say so long to the big bad cat. We won't have to hear that dreadful sound.
Say so long to the big
bad cat. Now only in our dreams. Yes, we'll have a few good screams. Ah!
Say so long, he's done and gone. Say so long to the big bad cat. Say so long to the big bad cat. Say so long to the big bad.
Oh, there you are, Cornelia. Thank goodness. I've been looking all over for you. Oh, look, Aunt Tessa. Look at that skeleton. Oh, it's a woolly mammoth, a baby one, and it was found right around here. Oh, look. The end of its tusk is broken off. I wonder how that happened. We know. Don't we, Bonnie and Willie? We know. really wonderful audience. Before we do anything else, I want to tell you a little bit about the kinds of puppets we use, because we use 3 different kinds of puppets in this show. Can anybody tell me what they were? If you know what it is, just say it, because I can't see you anyway. Does anybody know one kind of puppet? Marionette. Did you say marionette? Yes. I'm going to show you. Okay, you guys, I'm going to show you the marionette, my favorite one of the marionettes first, and then I'll show you the rest of them. This is Cornelia. This kind of puppet is called a Bohemian rod marionette, because you see that rod that she has coming out of her head? You guys have probably seen marionettes that are all strings. They'll only have strings everywhere, right? Well, this is a little bit different kind, because this kind, there we go, this kind has strings and rods. So she has the rod, the strings. Oops, Cornelia, what happened to you? Where's your arm string? See, even if you only have a few strings, they can still get messed up. But now she's right. Okay, she has one string that goes from one arm to the other, or I can pick up both arms or just one at a time. And then she has one string that goes down there to her fanny so she can bend over. That's called a tail string. And then she has these 2 strings to her knees that are attached to this funny-looking control up here. And this control and this rod, this is what makes it a Bohemian marionette. These kind of puppets were first made in the country of Bohemia, which is now part of the Czech Republic. You can look it up on the map. So when I turn this control, see how her knee strings come up? And that makes her legs move forward. And then when she wants to climb a tree, I just pick up all of her strings and kind of wrap her around the tree like this. And then I bring this one leg up over the branch. And there she is, up in the tree. Whee! But she's not the only rod marionette in this show. There are several others. It's just that the others are a little simpler. I'm going to show you Ron's favorite first, and that's Willy. He has 2 rods and only 1 string. He has a rod that comes out of his body and bends over, and the rod that comes out of his head loops over the rod that comes out of his body. And he has one reason for having this string, and you can probably guess what that reason is. So that he can give Bonnie an elevator ride on his trunk. Otherwise, he probably wouldn't even need that string. I built him so that he could stand all on his own, because I don't have any other puppeteers back here. Ron can't work puppets because he's busy playing his guitar and stuff. So I've got to do all the puppets, and this way I can park Willy over here, and then I can work with this little gal over here. Ha! And I want you guys all to know that I am the star of the show. Right? I am simple but elegant. She only has 2 strings, one that comes from one arm to the other, and then she's got her tail string, so she can bend over and dig with her hind feet. But I am all the star, all the same, right? There's one more rod marionette. Don't tell her that. She likes to think of herself as the star. It's important to her. There's one more rod marionette in here, and that's our villain, the saber-toothed tiger who's still got that frog leg in his mouth. He only has 1 string, too. His string goes to his back end, right by his tail. And other than that, he only has the rod that comes out of his head and bends over the back. Now, when I made him, I spent a lot of time watching my kitty cat and seeing how she positioned herself when she was stalking a bug or something like that. So nothing would move. She would be all crouched down on the ground. Nothing would move except her head, just a little bit, in her eyes, and then all of a sudden she would pounce! And sometimes she would catch something, but most of the time she didn't. So everything else that he can do is just determined by the way he's jointed and the way his feet are weighted. You know, I have friends that are puppeteers that like their puppets to be as complicated as possible, and they put a zillion strings on them. I go the opposite way. I like my puppets to be as simple as possible, so I try to figure out ways that they can move on their own without having controls. And that's the case with this guy. Most of his movement is all on his own. I don't have to do much except move the rod. We also have rod puppets in this show. They're kind of like dolls on a stick, aren't they? Let's see, where's Cornelia? And Cornelia truly is like a doll on a stick. When I first made her, I was planning on putting rods onto her hands so I could move her hands, and then I realized that really all she has to do is look for Bonnie and Willie, and she's got a lot more movement if she doesn't have anything hanging off of her arms. So all I really have to do is just move the rod a little bit, and all of the rest of the movement is on its own. And that's the same with the puppet in here that I think runs the fastest. And that's Bonnie again. Look at how fast she can run. And the reason she can run that fast is that her feet are weighted. So when I turn that rod a little bit, her feet and her arms go back and forth just as if she were running like the wind. We used one other kind of puppet in this show, and somebody just said what it was. It was a shadow puppet. And I have a few extra shadow puppets up here. And I know, and don't worry, we will give some time for questions at the very end, but I know that there are 5 or 6 kids out there that have already been told by their teachers that they're going to be the volunteers. And if you are one of those kids, I want you to go over by the exit door there, see? I think they're all 3rd graders, right? Come on over and stand by the exit door. Okay, we've got 6. That means I need 6 puppets for you to walk. And while they're coming up, Ron, I should tell you first of all that Ron, I made the puppets for the show, but Ron wrote all the music. Isn't it cool? He also wrote one other song about a woolly mammoth. And right now, we're going to close the show part of this by having a parade of Ice Age animals across the shadow screen while you guys help Ron sing the song. And he's going to teach you the chorus right now, okay?
I am.
It's a song that a woolly mammoth sings.
I'm
you guys
singing the
open
part of
the
a
exit
mammoth,
door.
and I know you've never seen
and come
a
up
singing
those
mammoth
stairs.
before. But
We'll be right
anyway,
up
I
there.
sing the part of the mammoth, and
Up here, and
you're
then
going
line
to sing
up
the
behind
chorus.
me.
The chorus is the chorus goes.
Line up
Well,
right
the
behind
chorus
me,
is sort of
and I'm going to give you each a puppet. Line
a
up straight
warning
back,
chorus. It
straight
goes,
back right behind me. And I'm gonna give you each a
look
puppet to
out
work.
now, get out of the way. Can you sing that? Look out,
Out now, get out of the way.
Let's do that again.
Okay, that's
Look out now, get out of the way. And the next part goes, don't stand there where you're at.
And then when you
Don't
come over
stand
here,
there where
and if
you're
you're tall, you might need to just
Don't
bend your knees a little
stand
bit
there where
so
you're
that your head is in the
at.
shadow screen.
And I'll put
I
those
have
two
to get
together
way down
now.
my back here.
Look out now, get out of the way. Don't stand there where you're at.
Across, but not yet, 'cause I'm gonna
Is
pass out the
drunk.
rest of the puppets.
Now, let's
and
do
wait
that
for Ron
again.
to start singing.
Look out now, get out of the way. Don't stand there where you're
Oh, you
at.
can have the bunny rabbit.
And the next part is that's half of it. The second half goes like this. His trunk is long and he's so strong. His trunk is long and he's so strong. His trunk is long and he's so strong.
You can work the bird.
Then you'll like the last
Okay.
part here. His foot could squash you flat, and then you clap. His foot could squash you flat. That's right. His foot could squash you flat.
You go to the middle and then you go toot, 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 and you keep going.
His trunk is long. Let's start with that one. His trunk is long, and he's so strong. His foot could squash you flat.
Pardon?
Okay, and now I'll do that whole thing. Look out now, get out of the way, don't stand there
Where you're at.
His trunk is long,
and
he's so strong, his foot could squash you flat.
Maybe I'll take one and lead the
Now,
way.
on,
How about
on
I
that
do
clap, his foot
I'll lead the way
could
with
squash
Amelia.
you flat.
And then once I
That-
get all the
yeah,
way
that's-
through,
that's
you
the
go.
timing.
If she gets all the way through, then you go.
How's our...
Are we ready? Okay.
Yeah, well, you might be.
Oh, I'm
Can you
sorry.
say big?
You know what? My son always got the short
Can you say gigantic?
thing. He had long hair, so I should know better, shouldn't
Can you say mammoth?
I? You know, it didn't bother him that much either.
Well, mammoth is just
thank
a
you.
word to you, but let me tell you, friend, I'm the real, authentic thing, mammoth from end to end. I roamed around this earth with my incredible girth. I'm big and hairy and downright scary, and I wasn't small at birth. Now, look
Out now, get out of the way. Don't stand there where you're at. Touch the screen and go slowly.
is
Stop.
long and he's so strong,
His foot could squash you flat.
I'm not afraid of anything that I've seen on dry land. No, I'm a mammoth, yes sirree. So handsome and so grand. Saber-toothed tigers don't scare me, no. They know better than that. Why, if they got close, they'd be toast. To me, they're just a cat. Now,
Look out now, get out of the way. Don't stand there where you're at. Now follow me across here. Is long and he's so strong, his foot could squash you flat.
mammoth is just a word to you. But let me tell you, friend, I'm the real authentic thing. Mammoth from end to end. Mammoth from end to end.
And bow. Very good. You can put your puppets on the table and then go back down those stairs the way you came up. Thank you very much, kiddos. If we could have the house lights up a little ways, we'll see if anybody has any questions. Is there somebody up there? Oh, there they come. Good. Does anybody have a question for Ron about the music, or for me about the puppets, or about the story? Yes. Speak up, though, nice and loud. Get into the sinkhole? He followed Mrs. Crow. Mrs. Crow tricked him into jumping into the sinkhole because he thought he was going to catch her. She went and rested on a little piece of grass, and then he went after her, and he got into the sinkhole. No, the saber-toothed tiger wanted to eat the bird. So the bird, did you see the bird flying away again? Yeah, the bird flew away again. The bird rested on a piece of grass, the saber-toothed tiger went in, and the bird flew away. How about you? Oh, you know, there are a lot of different ways to do shadow puppets. These are direct screen puppets. They're just made out of poster boards. See how she has a moving leg? Ooh, it's kind of gotten stuck. So she can move her leg. There's a light behind the screen here. You can use any kind of light, but what I'm using is an overhead projector. Do you know what an overhead projector is? Yeah, they've quit using overhead projectors in most schools, and now they're using smart boards instead, but you can't do this with a smart board. So if you teachers, if there are any overhead projectors left in your school, don't get rid of them. I have 8 of them in the basement of our puppetry center because our middle school got rid of them, and the superintendent of schools called and asked if we wanted them. So, and I know they're going to be sorry they got rid of them. So the overhead projector, this is the light. You saw that this size and then this size. The overhead projector takes a small image and makes it a lot bigger. Let's see if I can show you an example. Remember those eyes that were flashing on and on off in the cave? Do you want to see what those really look like? This is what they look like. I'll turn on the lights so you can see. Okay, this is what those this is what those eyes really look like. It's just a little piece of poster board with a whole bunch of holes punched in it and some colors on the back. I put it on the overhead projector, and then I kind of run my hands over it. And so sometimes they're in the shadow and sometimes they're in the light, and it makes it look like the eyes are blinking. And I'll do that again now. You can't see them very well now, right?
No.
That's because the big lights are on, but if I turn the big lights off, then you can see them, right?
Well, yeah.
You could probably see them better if the house lights were off.
But
See how they blink on and off? That's my hand just passing over the top of them. So you can take, and then in the last scene, this is what I've got on the overhead projector. Let's see if you can see this. This is what I have on the overhead projector. See, can you see that? See how little that is? But when I put it on the overhead, it looks like this. See? So that's why overhead projectors are really cool. You can do really cool things with them.
But if they didn't have access to something like that, they could still do.
Yeah, you can do regular old shadow puppets just the way you can use any kind of light behind a shadow puppet screen. I just happen to have an overhead projector, but you can use a study light, a desk lamp, you can even use a flashlight. You can use any kind of light. Do you have a question way up there in the top row? How did he make? Can you do that? Pardon? Oh, that wasn't him making the sound. That was the mud. The mud going as the saber tooth went in. Do you have a question? Yes. The snow, you can buy this at the craft shop. People put it into Christmas scenes. It's just, yeah, it's just little tiny pieces of very lightweight paper, so it flutters around like snow. It looks good, doesn't it? Yeah, I just put that on there before the show. So that, the reason I did that is so that when Cornelia jumps up and down, the snow flies up around her feet. You mean on the table? Oh, this stuff? This is a piece of silk. Yeah, it's a pillow. It's white silk and it's got stuffing inside of it. Okay, how about a question way up there in the back? How old is Bonnie? I don't know. She's a bunny. She's probably 2 or 3. Rabbits don't get too much older than that. But Bonnie the bunny has been a character in our shows, not just this show, but in a lot of other shows too, for over 30 years, so maybe that's how old she is. Not that same puppet, but the same character, you know, Bonnie. She thinks she's a star. She's been in a lot of our shows. How about way up there at the top? Yeah. How does what? I can't hear you because other people are talking. Oh, the tusk is on with Velcro. And I just pull it off, and Ron makes, show him the slapstick. Ron makes the noise with something called a slapstick.
Something I'm equipped to do is make noise.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. You could use it for that too.
Oh. We
Yes,
don't have,
do you have a
we
question?
don't have guns in our place.
Glitter, that's the snow. That's supposed to be the snow. How about, who hasn't asked a question? How about over there? Yes, you with the glasses, yeah? Oh. Okay, who's got a question? Something that you want to know that you don't know yet? All right, let's have, what part of the room haven't I called on yet? How about you right there? Yeah. No, this is a made-up story. This is what's called historical fiction. So that's a good question. Historical fiction is when you take a real period in history and things that could have really happened and you turn them into a story.
And where can they see a mammoth skeleton?
Well, I was just getting to that.
Oh.
The reason that we wrote
You
this
did?
show in the first place was that the State Historical Museum in Des Moines has a mammoth skeleton, and they wanted to have school groups come in for field trips about the Ice Age, and they wanted a puppet show about it. So that's how we made this puppet show. And that character that's played by Willy the Woolly, he was inspired. I looked up a lot of mammoth history, and I found out about a baby mammoth that they named Dima that was found perfectly preserved in a sinkhole that had been in there for 10,000 years. And when they dug him out of the sinkhole, when they found him, he still had his skin and everything because he'd gone into the sinkhole and died right away and been perfectly preserved. And if you get somebody to help you find that, if you Google Dima, D-I-M-A, you can find a picture of him. It's really interesting and really kind of touching to see. And that's what made me think about Willie going into the sinkhole. How about you? Do you have a question? Pardon? Well, it's a lot of work to make puppets, but it's a lot easier to make them yourself than it is to find somebody else to make them and buy them. And it's also a lot more fun. Okay, I think you guys probably have to go back pretty soon, teachers. How much time do I have for more questions?
I think we've got time for one more question, Monica.
All righty, let's take you up there in the back row with the, yes, you. You've been to the State Historic, that isn't a question though. So I'm going to take one question, but I'm glad you've been to that museum. It's very cool. Okay, how about you in the blue, sort of blue shirt? Yes. Pardon, when Bonnie was what? Bonnie wasn't in the sinkhole. Bonnie jumped off Willie's back before he got into the sinkhole. She was the one that told him not to get in the sinkhole.
Wise bunny.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give a big round of applause for Willy the Mammoth.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right. Teachers, we're just checking on the buses, but Eric, bring the lights up, please. We'll have